In 2011, unemployment and poverty had intensified throughout the Philippines. The government was in need of a drastic solution. Their answer? The Build, Build, Build program. This is the government's response to economic unrest, designed to advance stronger infrastructure and develop industries, with the hopes of yielding robust growth, creating jobs, and improving the lives of Filipinos. 2 years into the program, and how does the Philippines stack up since its introduction? We're taking a look at what stage the Build, Build, Build program is in today, how it's affecting industries such as the agricultural sector, and how they are expected to grow. We also learn how its infrastructure projects are connecting cities across the region and influencing tourism, and how this translates into constructing more attractive cities for businessmen to invest in. What does the economic future of the Philippines look like with the completion of new infrastructure? Join us as we delve deeper into the Build, Build, Build program and explore whether it really is paving the way to progress. With proposed roads, airports, and highways being constructed daily, where does the ambitious infrastructure program stand today?
Over the next 10 years.
In 2013, President Rodrigo Duterte vowed to usher in a golden age of infrastructure with the administration's Build, Build, Build program. The program was designed to grow the economy. Beefing up the country's infrastructure would not only create jobs, but also ease traffic congestion and improve the quality of life for Filipinos. The National Economic and Development Authority Board approved 35 projects worth 1.24 trillion pesos under the Build, Build, Build program. These include the Metro Manila Subway, PNR North, which will connect Malolos and Clark Airport. Not included in NEDA's list is the proposed 735.6 billion peso Bulacan Airport of San Miguel Corporation. The international airport is projected to be the country's most expensive transport project to date.
What sets this program apart from past programs and past governments? I think there are three things. First is the boldness in the decision-making that's being done by this government. Second is the swift action that's being undertaken. And third is the unity of purpose of all the departments related to infrastructure.
The President gave an all-embracing order: make the Filipino comfortable. On the part of transportation, therefore, if you will ask for criteria, the criteria will be mobility, connectivity. The criteria will be to enhance the movement and transfer of people and goods.
With the promise of new jobs, less traffic congestion, and a better quality of life for Filipinos, it seems the proposed infrastructure projects can't come soon enough.
Total plan is for the next 5 years is $160 to $180 billion. We have set our financing plan, 25% foreign, 75% domestic. We already have pledges from Japan, $9 billion worth of projects. China said $9 billion too, right? The funding is secure for all these projects.
However, the program is currently facing delays, despite the government's stated goal of completing over 80% of the projects by 2022. According to NEDA's timetable, 31 projects were scheduled for groundbreaking this year. But 1 month before the end of 2018, only 7 have begun construction. 8 are still under review, and 60 remain in the development stage. And now the prospect of completing the program by 2022 looks uncertain.
We've got this huge infrastructure gap that we've got to close. And the key here is speed. You have to be able to do all of these things as fast as possible. And the modes on how to get them done will depend.
Yes, I'm happy where we are. It's not easy to do this kind of massive, ambitious program in 2 years. But what we did was to maybe complete some projects which were not started but we are finishing right now.
With only 4 years of its term left, the Duterte administration is in a race against time to make good on its promise of a golden age for the Filipino people. As the golden age of infrastructure continues to race against its deadline, a fundamental question is raised. Which sectors are most likely to gain from the Build, Build, Build program? Growth in the agriculture sector has been slow over the years. Today, land is being converted into industrial areas. The children of aging farmers no longer want to work the land and are shifting careers. For many farmers in Laguna, bringing their produce to Manila can be incredibly strenuous. The long commute often results in late deliveries. The lack of infrastructure such as farm-to-market roads is a main factor holding back agricultural development.
Malaki ang halaga nito sa mga biyahero dito sa atin, dito sa Nagcarlan, lalo na dito sa Barangay Bukal, sapagkat yung dumadaan sa atin sa expressway, lalo na ngayon at pinalawak na ang mga karsada, wala na masyadong hassle sa pagbiyahe nila. Mas lalong magiging mabilis ang biyahe papuntang Maynila ng ating mga gulay.
Completion of the South Luzon Expressway has drastically cut the time on the road for farmers from Laguna and other parts of southern Luzon. The SLEX and Skyway are giving them the much-needed boost to improve their efficiency, allowing them to reach and expand their market faster.
Ang mga biyahero dito na nagdadala sa Maynila, halos marami sa Divisoria, mayroon din na pailan-ilan na nagdadala sa Balintawak. Yun lang, dalawang yun ang pinagdadalhan ng gulay ng mga biyahero dito. Yung layo ng biyahe, dito halos 2 oras lang nasa Maynila na ang mga biyahero. Samantalang kung sa Baguio, siguro inaabot ng siguro mga 9 na oras o 10 oras bago madala nila sa Kamaynilaan. Mas fresh ang gulay na nanggagaling dito dahil nga sa iksi ng biyahe, hindi masyado na nalalamog o nasisira yung gulay kasi malapit lang ang biyahe.
While agriculture may once have been neglected in terms of investments and development, reducing commuting time is an important step towards encouraging growth in this sector. As commuting time is cut down to help businessmen reach the metropolis quicker, prospective tourists wanting to escape the city will be able to connect to cities more efficiently. La Union is often referred to as the surfing capital of the North, with over 500,000 tourist arrivals in 2017. Its beaches are known to have some of the most perfect waves, attracting surfers from all over.
Nag-level up lang nung nag-open na yung mga access. Nung mas malapit na kami sa Manila, naging mas kilala ang La Union as a surfing spot in Northern Luzon.
La Union is typically a 6-hour drive from Manila. This makes it less ideal for a weekend getaway. But with the Tarlac Pangasinan La Union Expressway, or TPLEX, a project of San Miguel Corporation's Infrastructure Division, travel time from Manila to San Juan, La Union is cut considerably.
Ang La Union to Manila noon ay 1 whole day ang biyahe kasi napakahirap ng mga daanan. With the improvement of access ng ating mga turista, ngayon mas dinadagsa na ang La Union. Napakalaki ng impact talaga na accessible na kami ngayon.
TPLEX connects southern Luzon to the north, spanning 88.85 kilometers. The 4-lane expressway takes off from Tarlac City and ends in Rosario, La Union. With a shorter travel time, TPLEX has breathed life into tourism in the north like never before.
Nag-start ang maraming mga industriya, maraming businesses. Maliban sa dumami ang mga hotels, dumami ang mga restaurants. Ang surfing industry ang nag-open up ng maraming opportunities sa ating mga negosyante dito sa La Union. Dahil sa mga expressways natin, siguro nag-triple or nag-times 4 ang ating tourism industry dito sa La Union. Kasi accessible na siya. Ngayon, kung gusto mong mag-lunch lang dito sa La Union, you can just breeze through La Union. In couple of hours, pwede nang bumalik din kaagad sa Metropolis.
Malaking epekto nun kasi yung travel nga na napaka-iksi na, ang naging epekto naman sa amin is dumami yung tao. Dumami yung nagpapaturo, dumami yung kahit hindi nagpapaturo, dumami talaga yung tao dito sa La Union. And naging opportunity ito for our neighboring barangays na magkaroon ng business din.
By connecting cities in the north to the urban center, TPLEX boosts tourism that benefits local businesses and brings Filipinos across the country closer together. While infrastructure connects cities together and encourages tourism, these hotspots themselves are transforming into attractive capital for businessmen looking to invest outside of the metropolis. If you're in need of a break and looking for a travel destination just 2 hours away from Metro Manila, look no more. Batangas is the place for you. With the completion of the newly opened Star Tollway, rest and relaxation is now just a short drive from your doorstep. The Star Tollway, which is operated by the Infrastructure Division of San Miguel Corporation, starts in Santo Tomas, moving southward to Batangas City. It covers a total distance of roughly 41.9 kilometers. About 58,000 vehicles cross the tollway every day. Gifted with beautiful beaches boasting of crystal clear waters, various thrilling outdoor activities, wide choice of cafes and restaurants, Batangas is a sweet escape from the metropolis. With plenty to see and do, it's no surprise that Batangas is a hot spot for hotels and resorts. With so much potential, the province is an attractive place for budding businessmen.
When we started Aquatico in 2008, the road going to Laia is not yet paved. There was like 3 kilometers unpaved road. After a few years, the road was completed. Because of that, people discovered that there is this beautiful place in San Juan, Batangas, which they can go to and enjoy the beach.
New infrastructure developments have made Batangas more accessible. It now takes only 2 to 3 hours to get to Batangas from Manila.
Last year, we already have about 600,000 tourists coming to Laia. The Star Tollway connected to the SLEX is a big plus as well. That was like two years after we opened as well. It became more accessible to beach lovers. Because of the road network, the travel time is shorter for our guests to come over. They don't have to go far to see a beautiful beach resort. They don't even have to use airplanes to go here, so it's cheaper for them to come over.
Batangas is already an appealing holiday destination for all kinds of travelers, but it's expected to attract even more now that the Star Tollway has opened to the public.
I think it's probably the most beautiful place I've ever been. People say that, oh, you're gonna feel like a king in the Philippines, but it's more so like everything's so superb, everything's perfect.
And it's a very big effect of the road network that was given and the opportunity given to the town of Laia, San Juan, Batangas.
All this enthusiasm is creating a ripple effect as more and better roads spur growth in tourism and business that can only strengthen the economy. The Build, Build, Build program continues to progress. More money is being invested into the nation. Jobs are created and the program begins to serve its purpose. But to what extent is the role of infrastructure really playing in improving the economy? It's no secret that traffic in Metro Manila is one of the worst in the world. For years now, the gridlock has resulted in wasted time and missed opportunities. A 2017 study by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, placed the economic loss from Metro Manila's poor transportation system at an incredible 3.5 billion pesos a day. The data show that traffic congestion is not only expensive, but exhausting, especially for those who rely on public transportation to get to work day in and day out.
The findings of this JICA study is clear basis for why the government really needs to have a Build, Build, Build program. Losing 3.5 billion pesos a day is a very big number.
And worse, the cost is expected to climb to 5.4 billion pesos by 2035 if nothing is done to solve the problem. Some solutions are on the table. Carpooling to reduce the number of vehicles on the road, a subway system, more and wider roads.
It is performing and achieving.
The government is trying to address the poor infrastructure situation with its Build, Build, Build campaign. But to what extent is it actually helping?
Obviously, one way to address that is by building more roads. But it doesn't end there. We also need to deal, of course, with public transportation. That's where the government is heading. Napaka-importante ng infrastructure. Talagang recognize ng gobyerno kung gaano ka-importante ang infrastructure. So ang alam naman natin, broad ang ibig sabihin kasi ng infrastructure. Pero ang pinaka-common na sakop ng infrastructure, yung roads. Napaka-importante ng roads sa isang economy. Ang infrastructure in general would have a lot of linkages to other sectors of an economy.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
The government is currently doing an excellent job raising funds for the Build, Build, Build program. But what it needs to do at this point is also make sure that those funds are spent efficiently and in a timely manner. In other words, we need to make sure that the procurement needed so that all of these needed roads are built gets done easily.
So we're confident that we will be able to finance the projects without getting us into a debt crisis.
So the Build, Build, Build program is expected to have substantial impact on the growth of the economy. And that's because infrastructure is linked very closely to many other sectors of the economy. The role of PCC here is to ensure that there is competition in the market for inputs that go into infrastructure project.
The Duterte administration has high hopes that traffic congestion can be relieved by providing the necessary infrastructure with JICA's help. The Japanese aid agency is financing the country's first subway, a major project that should reduce the time commuters waste languishing on the road and the 3.5 billion peso price tag on the economy's bleeding. Infrastructure has become a hot topic not just in politics, but among everyday conversations. With traffic congestion and economic waste on the rise, the Build, Build, Build program's success is vital. As more developments slowly reach their completion date, a radical change towards higher employment rates and steady economic growth may not be immediate, but it's steadily heading down the road to progress.